Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And like I said in the longer video earlier, there is a lot to break down. So we're going to do that in several smaller videos over a certain time period. It's not going to be long. Over the next few days, we'll cover everything. Right? We'll cover T-Mobile for Business. We'll just cover some of the highlights that I feel are important for you guys to know. This right here is a big one. It's a huge miss in my opinion, and a huge opportunity that T-Mobile had. Like I said in the longer video, T-Mobile had all eyes on them today. So this slideshow from the Investor Day, performance and satisfaction show long-term durability. So they announced today a new updated guidance on FWA. Their long-term target is 12 million customers. So today, they're sitting at 5.6 million customers. So if we're going against the new targeted guidance, they have to add another 6.4 million customers onto the network to reach the total of 12 million, which is now the new guidance through 2028. That's not too far away. That's another 4 years. We already went through the first 4 years, right? We're almost in year 5. And they're continuing to grow. The problem is, right, if you look at the slideshow, right, those customers today, the 5.6 million, are using an average of 500 gigs, a half a terabyte per month with 10% annual growth. Their usage is continuing to grow. And then even though the added usage has been added to the sector, the customers, they continue to grow every quarter. There is a 3 times increase in speed since launch, and the speeds continue to grow according to T-Mobile. And then they are also at the same time delivering the highest satisfaction and only getting better. So I want to point out a few things here, right? Today, we did not learn anything new from the network. We didn't learn any new small cells are being added to the total. Any new macro site builds are being increased. We didn't hear anything. The problem with this is, yes, they have additional capacity. They have additional spectrum to add, right? They have C-band, DoD. They have more spectrum that they can refarm off of LTE onto 4G. I understand all of that. The problem is the network, right? The wireless network was never really designed for broadband. You know, I'm just being honest. So they're only adding customers, according to them, in areas where they're not competing for capacity. But what about 4 years from now? Are you still in that same predicament? Are you still not competing for capacity at this type of growth and usage? I mean, these customers are going to go from 550, 650 at that rate. That's where they're heading. And then they're saying with the CPE unit, we can add multiple new users. You're going to have to really significantly invest in the network to really make this work, in my opinion. And they did not show and tell us today that that would be the case. You know, we can start at the fiber circuit. If you're adding more spectrum on a tower, you have to have enough backhaul, a higher fiber circuit, to push that spectrum. If you don't, you're not going to achieve the peak speeds that the spectrum can do. Now, I'm not saying that T-Mobile won't do that. I fully anticipate T-Mobile to make the investment necessary to push the backhaul as high as it possibly needs to go to squeeze every bit of spectrum from the cell site. But what I do know, by history, I know T-Mobile is very good at overselling the network and squeezing every bit of megahertz out of their spectrum. They did it during LTE, and they are well on their way of doing that again during 5G. So they will continue to grow the mobile base. They're not shy. They're not shying away from it. They will continue to grow. They will continue to take share in the market. They will continue to grow FWA. They clearly told us today their new target, their new guidance, 12 million. And I feel that's a significant amount. So every concern that you may have, the viewer of this video, is warranted, 100%. Now, not necessarily from a mobile perspective. As you guys may know, the wireless customer has the priority. So that performance, your performance on the wireless cell phone should not be affected. But if you're a home broadband user, if you're locked in, you like the service, you like the price, right? You might not have the same experience down the line as you did when you first signed up. If for those of you who have been following my testing and my journey on that, you guys know I started with the service at another location. It was great at the beginning, but then it started slowing down. I started reaching out to the engineering team, and they started telling me, hey, the utilization on that tower is through the roof. You might have to look for another solution. That's how they approached it. They were straightforward and honest. Then I moved to another location, took the service with me, made sure it was an approved address, which it was. It qualified. Same thing again. It was great at the beginning. A year into it, I had to contact the same tier 2 engineering team, and they told me the same thing. Hey, we have updated software. We can now run speed tests remotely, and we can backtrack like a week ago, and we can see the sector that you're in currently has reached high utilization, and the capacity is no longer available as it once was at the beginning when you first signed up. So what they're telling us at this conference or investor day has, for the, I mean, I can't speak on it at scale. I can only speak on it anecdotally, but it hasn't really turned out to be that what they said in reality. It's been totally different. According to them, what they're tracking with their artificial intelligence and all the technology, that where they offer the service, you should be good for years to come. So I should be good for 5-6 years, according to them, based on the analysis and all the statistics that they've ran. But that's obviously not the case. Now, I'm not saying the service for me now is totally unusable. It's still usable, but I'm not getting the same speeds as I once did at the beginning. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I feel like this was a huge missed opportunity for T-Mobile. They should have had a longer presentation on the network and really showed us, okay, we're going to start incorporating, even if they would have said millimeter wave, start incorporating it at a small scale, and then we grow it slowly. We're going to add more small cells. We're going to add more sites. That would have been sufficient enough for me. But they did not do that. It's almost like they celebrated, oh, we have the best network. We're on par now with the competition. We don't have to speak on our network anymore. That's what it felt like. You know, they're just like, look at these reports. We're good to go. See y'all in the next one. You know, that's kind of what the vibe that I got. And I hope that's not the case. I hope they somehow share something else with us. But for the meantime, they did not increase CapEx. They did not share with us a new build plan. Nothing was shared, other than they're going to increase more. They're going to add more usage onto the network. So let me know your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.